Welcome to my channel. Thank you for coming by. My name is Luis Borrero, and in this video I'm going to teach you how to mix a 9-value scale using oil paint. This is a very useful technique when you're setting up flesh tones in your paintings. It's also important to be able to rotate the forms by having the accurate values, and I'm going to go ahead and teach you everything that you need to know about mixing values in this video.
We're going to be exploring the value scale and how to mix that value scale in oil paint. I have here titanium white, ivory black, and raw umber. And I'm just going to go ahead and teach you how to mix the value scale to create a grisaille painting for the beginning structure of your paintings. Okay, so we're going to take a little bit of oil paint, white, titanium white. Okay. Now you're going to need plenty of paper towel to do this. And I'm going to go ahead and wipe the palette knife, and I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to use just a tiny bit amount of black. Okay. And I'm going to create a halftone. Now I don't want to go too dark just yet because I'm gauging the perfect halftone. So what I'm doing is I'm just going to go slowly gauging that perfect halftone, which would be value number 6. Okay. If you put too much black, this will be difficult to lighten with more white paint later on. So you want to try to just be methodical in your mixture and try to gauge the right halftone. Okay. Now it's important to mix thoroughly. And I'm going to put a little bit more black. And now the halftone is getting a little bit darker and reaching that value number 5. Now it's important to mix this value correctly because we're going to mix all the other values in relationship to this one halftone. Okay. Okay. I'm going to pick up the paint very thoroughly and mix the color completely. This is very useful when you're working on your flesh tones because you'll need some very, very soft transitions, and this is the way to achieve those transitions. I'm bringing a little bit more black, okay, to darken and reach that perfect halftone. And mix this tone thoroughly. Okay. And now I have a tone that is nearing, not quite there, just a tiny bit more. This will give me the right value. And I just increasingly put more black in the mixture so you achieve the right halftone. Okay, so now that I have this halftone mixed, now we can start mixing the darker tones in the shade mask. Okay. Alright, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to just go ahead and add more black to this mixture and create darker tones. So I'm going for value number 7 now. And to do this, what I'm going to do is I'm going to just go ahead and start working more black into that mixture. And it's important to reduce the amount of white, obviously, to get a darker shade. So I'm just increasingly putting more black, but I don't want to go too black yet. I'm going to value number 8, and finally the pure color, right? Pure value number 9, which is ivory black right here. I'm mixing ivory black with titanium white. These colors you could find anywhere. They're typical oil colors used by a lot of painters. And it's important to just use very, very thorough mixtures. And look, I'm just working one color right into the other to create seamless transitions, which will be so helpful when working with the flesh tones. Okay, this is really important. And I'm just holding the palette knife to the side at an angle to just mix that value scale. Okay, so there you have some transitions, and this should be 4 values. We're going to break it down into 4. We have value number 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. And now we're just going to go ahead and work the lighter values. And to do that, I am going to need to mix more of a halftone again, because I ran out of paint. You got to have plenty of paint to create that halftone. So you could mix it on either direction. So I'm going to go ahead and mix more paint so I could carry that color through. And I'm just going to go ahead and add white. Now I have plenty of paint. I'm going to make sure that I have plenty of paint to mix more white paint into, so when you're mixing your flesh tones, you have plenty of color to go around. And I just bring more white. Now these values are much tougher to achieve because they're very, very subtle, and that's really the key here. You want to get the most subtlety out of these mixtures. Now these are values that are almost imperceptible to the eye, and you have to train yourself to see them very accurately. So I'm just bringing that halftone back into that lighter scale. This represents the light mass. This represents the shade mass. And this is the halftone essentially. Okay? Just going to clean my palette knife and be seamless, so there's no distinction between one or the other. Okay? This is my own method, but this method is described by a lot of treatises on painting. During the Renaissance, artists were writing about the art of painting, and they described this method. Cennino Cennini is one of them. He described how to mix a value scale, and by mixing one halftone and then mixing transitions towards dark and transitions towards light. That's exactly the system that I'm using here.
If you enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe to my channel. Make sure to check out my website where I have information about my live online courses, and I also have information about my Udemy course. Thank you for watching.